Introduction: the journey of a strong adventurer. Rue is a young adventurer with incredible physical strength, ready to take on cave exploration. He was trained in harsh environments from a young age and does not fear difficult challenges. The goal this time is to find the ancient treasure hidden in the legendary Labyrinth. With a tough path and unknown dangers ahead, Rue resolves to push his limits and embarks on the journey. Chapter 1: Encounter at the Labyrinth Entrance. At the entrance of the Labyrinth, Rue meets a mysterious creature named Saw. Despite his small size, Saw displays surprising agility and offers to guide Rue through the maze. Rue is initially skeptical, but opens up to Saw's friendly personality and decides to tackle the labyrinth together. As they move through the rocky terrain, Saw's swift movements aid Rue, and they begin forming a strong partnership. Chapter 2: The First Trial. Deep inside the labyrinth, Rue and Saw are blocked by a massive stone door. The door is embedded with a complex puzzle, preventing them from advancing unless it's solved. Rue carefully examines the stone tablet, deciphering the ancient script while searching for a way to solve the puzzle. Saw also uses his knowledge to assist Rue in the process. Together, they manage to open the door, revealing a new path. Chapter 3: Traps in the Darkness. The path ahead plunges into complete darkness, leaving them unable to see anything. Rue lights a torch and proceeds cautiously, but the ground is riddled with hidden pitfalls. Saw, with his sharp senses, detects the trap locations and warns Rue. Using Saw's guidance, Rue skillfully avoids the traps and safely passes through the dark area. Chapter 4: The Budding of Friendship. After overcoming the hidden traps, Rue and Saw take a brief rest. Rue expresses his gratitude to Saw, and a strong friendship starts to form between them. Saw shares that he had once lost his way in the same labyrinth in the past, and is determined to succeed this time. Understanding Saw's resolve, Rue renews his commitment to achieving their shared goal. Chapter 5: The First Treasure. Deep inside the labyrinth, Rue and Saw discover their first treasure chest. Inside the chest is an ancient stone tablet, inscribed with clues for the next stage of the labyrinth. Rue deciphers the stone tablet, revealing the path they need to take next. Filled with joy, the two set off towards their next adventure. Chapter 6: Traps and Strategies of the Labyrinth. Advancing to the next stage, Rue and Saw find themselves in a vast room filled with a myriad of arrows flying across as traps. Rue swiftly lowers his body, while Saw uses his small stature to skillfully dodge the arrows. The two move in sync. Rue times his movements while Saw analyzes the mechanisms of the surrounding traps. Their coordinated efforts help them finally overcome the traps, and a new door opens before them. Chapter 7: Battle with the Ancient Guardian. Beyond the door, a massive stone statue stands in their path. The statue is an ancient guardian that comes to life to eliminate intruders in the labyrinth. Rue observes the guardian's movements, trying to discern its attack patterns. Saw spots an opening and points out its vulnerable spots. Rue relies on Saw's guidance to attack, and together they defeat the Guardian with their coordinated efforts. Chapter 8: The Water Trial. Venturing deeper into the labyrinth, they encounter a large underground lake. To continue, they must cross the lake, and Rue prepares to swim. However, the lake hides unseen obstacles and strong currents. Saw moves swiftly in the water and leads the way for Rue. Supporting each other, they overcome the challenges and reach the opposite shore of the lake. Chapter 9: The Hidden Guidepost. After crossing the lake, Rue and Saw discover an ancient guidepost. This guidepost contains clues to the next area. Rue deciphers the ancient script, while Saw analyzes its meaning to find the correct path forward. Confident that this is the route to the labyrinth's deepest part, they prepare for the next stage of their adventure. Chapter 10. To the Heart of the Labyrinth. Rue and Saw arrive at the labyrinth center. There, a massive altar stands with the ancient treasure placed upon it. However, a final trial awaits before they can claim the treasure. Rue readies himself for the challenge, and Saw takes on a supportive role. They encourage each other as they face the last trial together. Chapter 11. The Mystery of the Ancient Spell. Standing before the altar, Rue and Saw notice ancient spells engraved on the wall, protecting the treasure. They must solve the spell before they can touch the treasure. Rue carefully deciphers each character, while Saul analyzes the meaning of the spell, finding critical clues. Using their combined wisdom, they solve the spell's mystery and break the seal on the treasure. Chapter 12. Shadow of Betrayal. As the spell is broken and they claim the treasure, the labyrinth suddenly begins to shake. Rue and Saw realize the traps have reactivated. Furthermore, a mysterious shadow appears before them, attempting to steal the treasure. Rue remains calm, while Saw tries to uncover the shadow's true identity. Together, they fend off the shadow and successfully protect the treasure. Chapter 13. Collapse of the Labyrinth. After the battle deep inside the labyrinth, the walls suddenly start crumbling, putting the entire structure on the brink of collapse. Rue quickly searches for an escape route, with Saw following closely behind. Dodging falling stones and debris, they advance in perfect synchronization. They barely make it to the exit, just in time, escaping from the collapsing labyrinth. Chapter 14. A New Promise. Having escaped the labyrinth, Rue and Saw celebrate the successful retrieval of the treasure. However, Rue feels that this adventure is not an end, but rather a new beginning. Saw shares the same sentiment, and they vow to embark on new adventures together. With a firm resolve, they set off to explore uncharted territories and seek new discoveries. Chapter 15. Journey into the Future. In the final chapter, Rue and Saw stand before the vast landscape, ready to set off once again. Carrying the bond and growth they've achieved through their adventures, they step forward into the unknown. Rue gazes up at the clear blue sky, confident that new adventures await him and Saw. Their journey is far from over, as they prepare for the next chapter of challenges yet to come.